Beep, beep, beep. Hey, we are back in business, folks. Tuesday, after Easter. As you can see, I'm a little bit fatter after my exuberant weekend of eating and drinking. And I look like shit. I look tired. But anyway, that's by the by. That was my personal choice. So today's love training is an interesting one, really, about the Easter weekend. Because obviously people have come out of this whole thing and everyone's flapping around a little bit and panicking because, well, not everybody, but some people don't care. But some people come out of like a weekend like Easter and they think, shit, I need to lose a bit of weight because I've gained all this weight. And they feel terrible because they've eaten too much or they've had too much chocolate or whatever else. And one of the biggest problems that a lot of people face is that they buy too much food. So, for example, the kids have got like 10, 20, 30 eggs in the house. And because people are proud and they don't like to throw things out, they keep them and then use willpower and try and avoid eating them all. And I made a joke about people buying Easter eggs to replace the ones they'd already eaten. And the reason why it was funny was because it's true. So the biggest problem isn't that we enjoy ourselves at a time like Easter, because there's a lot of it's very food. I mean, God, it's got no actual relevance to the meaning of Easter, but it's very food related. And a lot of people have a lot of time off, so a lot of people eat more, drink more, and do the things that make them happy, which is fine. Problem is this sort of behaviour is a kickback to weight gain. Bigger problem is that what usually happens is that there's a carry-on. So the chocolate, the whatever it is, stays in the house for longer than it should, which then creates an additional problem which people can't deal with, they can't negotiate. Because what happens is they know that all this chocolate's in the house, and chocolate is a classic stress relief food for a lot of people. It's where they go if they are stressed, if they are hungry, if they're tired, if they're lethargic, they go for the chocolate. So what they basically do is then create this dangerous environment where they've then got to try and use this magical thing called willpower to try and stop them eating this mystical chocolate that's in the house. And there's a lot of it, and as we know, the food industry is fantastic at marketing its products and making its products seem a lot more desirable and palatable. So that's the biggest problem I think a lot of people face. It's not the controlled environment of the weekend. The biggest problem that a lot of people face is, what do you do now with all this food that's left in the house? And because a lot of people are proud, because they're proud, they won't throw it away or give it to charity, or they won't go and put it in one of these. I saw something in Tesco's where they were collecting Easter eggs. They won't go and put them in there. They'll keep them in the house because they're proud and they don't want to throw them out. The problem is that you're going to eat them if they're there. So what do you do? Well, this is where you've got to, I think, change your attitude towards food. And really look at the environment that you've got and say, am I really happy that I'm creating an environment where there's going to be all this food there that I could eat? Because you have a choice. You can throw it away. You can give it away. You can give it to a relative because it will keep for God knows how long. God knows how long it will keep for. But you can do things to make sure that you minimise the damage and certainly minimise the danger in the environment that you're in. Because the problem for a lot of people is, like I said, not that they had a bad weekend on food. The problem is that that's going to carry on now for a couple of weeks because they've put themselves in a position where their environment is dangerous because it's full of chocolate and rubbish and all other things. So this is the biggest problem. So what do you do about it? Well, the first thing is you need to accept that there might have to be some movement, might have to be some thrown away, might have to be some giving away. Give it to charity if it feels good. Go and drop it into like, I don't know, go and put some in the homeless box. Seriously, because it's not going to negatively affect their health too much because they'll probably be glad of some just any food, yeah. But if you're going to have 6, 7, 8, 10 Easter eggs in the cupboard and expect not to eat them when someone pushes your buttons, or fill up the sweet drawer or fill up the treat drawer as it's called, which is full of stuff which people buy themselves, that's a potential problem, and that's what you need to look at. Biggest thing I learned years ago, you have to cleanse your environment because not many people have got this mystical thing called willpower. Not many people have got that willpower when they know that there's something there they can just reach out for and eat that'll make them feel better in that instant moment. So you have to manage your environment better. And this is easier said than done. It does require a lot of humility. It does require a lot of, you have to let the pride go. You have to sometimes say, look, I bought too much food here. I have to get rid of it all or some of it. But if you leave a lot of chocolate in your house and somebody presses your buttons, pardon the pun, you are going to eat it. You are going to eat it. And that's the biggest problem that a lot of people face. Because this stuff's so cheap, they've just got too much. There's too much in the house, and it's going to cause a lot of problems for people. So you've got to look at that, look at your environment, and ask yourself, is the environment I'm in really helping me to achieve my goals or not? And if it's not, then you have to make some decisions. Don't be proud, make some decisions. And if you need to manoeuvre things around, throw things away, give things to relatives, move things around, donate to charity, that's fine. And remember, the people that bought the eggs, so if you've got like, I don't know, a couple of kids and you've got like 30 eggs in the house, which I've seen similar, they're not going to check up on them. They're not going to make sure they've eaten them. So if you need to give them away to somebody, I would give them away, I would do it. But you can't then create this dangerous environment and then blame everybody else if you eat too much, feel like crap, and get yourself into that negative cycle of eating too much, feeling like crap, and so on. So you have to manage your environment better. So the lesson is really simple: manage your environment better. Yeah, because if you don't, that weekend of indulgence is going to become a couple of weeks, and then you're into sort of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pound gain territory, and then it's a long way back, and it's getting warmer. But after the end of Easter, between Easter and summer, is the key time to get your body in a place that you're happy with it. Otherwise, you're going to be, instead of covered in, you're going to be covered in clothes on the beach, which isn't a great look. And that all starts by look round, manage your environment. Are you happy with it? If not, what changes do you need to make? Yeah. And if you need to get the stuff out of the house, if you've got self-control issues like I have, get the stuff out of the house. Have a good day.